Hello everyone and welcome back to Half Magic Tarot. I apologize for the late upload. I was traveling all last week and trying to catch up with everything the past few days. But in the words of Britney Spears, I'm sorry I kept you waiting, but I'm here now. This pick a card reading is Will You End Up Together? So this is for if you have a specific person in mind, maybe you have a crush on them, maybe it's someone you've been casually dating and you want to know, are we going to end up together officially? Are we going to stay together? What's the tea? There are 4 piles to choose from. I suggest selecting the pile that sparks a memory in you. So for example, I would choose pile 2, Manifestation, because the chakras outlined on this person's body on the card reminds me of when I went and got my aura read in Salem, Massachusetts in June with my mom, and it came with like an aura or a chakra map chart. So I will put the timestamps in the description down below. Feel free to pause the video now to select your pile, and let's get started. If you selected pile 1, Life Purpose, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Queen of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, Justice, and the 4 of Swords. For your love oracle cards, we got Separation and Cassette. Okay, my pile 1s. So, will you and the person on your mind end up together? The answer to this is no. I don't think so. But ultimately, I think that you not ending up together is the universe protecting you from settling for something when you deserve better. And let's get into why. You are showing up as this Queen of Cups card at the beginning of your spread. So you could be a Cancer or have a prominent Cancer placement in your natal chart, so Moon, Rising, Venus, or you could be another water sign, Scorpio, Pisces. But generally, you're embodying this Queen of Cups energy, which is someone who has a lot of love to give, someone who's very affectionate, nurturing, emotionally intelligent, open, romantic, creative, and empathetic. And a lot of the times when we have these qualities, when we have this desire to take care of other people, when we have this desire to have a deep, profound emotional connection, it can be really difficult for us to be alone for prolonged periods of time because it feels like I have all this love to give and there's nowhere to put it. And I think that is the situation that a lot of you are in, where maybe you haven't really been crazy about anyone in a while. You haven't had like a huge crush on anyone. And then this person who's on your mind, this person that you're asking about, maybe came along and they're nice enough. There's nothing, objectively wrong with them necessarily. But at the end of the day, they're being represented by this Page of Pentacles in the middle of your spread. And you're a queen. Page compared to a queen, pages are like children and queens are, on the throne. This person lacks a lot of the maturity that you lack. And I'm not saying that they're a bad person or they're an immature person, but they are not on the same level as you when it comes to the things that you need in order to sustain a relationship. So it could be maybe they're not as emotionally intelligent. Maybe they're not as experienced. They don't really know how to be a caring and giving partner. And you are not the guinea pig for that. You're not going to be the test subject for that, for them to learn how to communicate or overcome these things that they have that hold them back. And like I said, I don't think that this is a bad person. I think that's why you're maybe drawn to this person, because with the Page of Pentacles, this is someone who really has so much potential. And I think you really see that potential. But at the end of the day, this is also someone who has not proven themselves in any way and does not have the experience or the skill that is necessary in order to be on the same level as you. Ultimately, you would be settling for someone who is less than you in some way. So it could be less emotionally mature, like I said, could even be straight up financially. Maybe you are at completely different spaces in terms of your financial independence. So for example, maybe you have a career and a job and this person is kind of waffling around, or they kind of have like a dead end situation, and that's just not where you're at in your life. There's a definite imbalance here that I think ultimately would be, regardless of whatever chemistry you have in terms of personality or physicality, I think the difference here in terms of maturity, life experience, if you were to get together with this person, would ultimately be the downfall. And that's why we have the Nine of Pentacles in between the cards that are representing you and this person. Because the Nine of Pentacles is often, especially in love readings, a card about being single. So we have this space, this place of being single between you two. And the good news about the Nine of Pentacles is it's not someone who's unhappy about being single. This is someone who can provide for themselves. This is someone who is independent, who knows how to take care of themselves, who knows how to romance themselves. So I think anything that you imagine this person doing for you, you can basically do for yourself. And probably better, because you know what you want. You have the means to do so. And I think this person would ultimately end up just falling short for you, because I think the gap between the potential that you see in them and then where they actually are is not negligible. And then we have this Justice card, which is kind of a karmic thing. It's all about getting justice. So you might feel like, oh, I hate this, I hate that, I'm not going to end up with this person, I don't know if I'm going to date anyone anytime soon. The universe wants you to know that they're keeping this person away from you, not to spite you, but because they want you to get justice. They want you to get the things that you deserve, the kind of person that you deserve, the kind of relationship that you deserve, which is why you end up in this Four of Swords energy of taking a rest, taking a break away from this person, away from romance, taking some time to be by yourself and to be happy by yourself. The Four of Swords is a very peaceful, leisurely card. So especially coupled with this Nine of Pentacles here, I'm just getting that you are more than fine by yourself, and it's worth it to be by yourself and take care of yourself, and devote all of the energy that you would devote to this person to yourself until someone comes along who is on an equal playing field with you. And another message that I'm getting is that the person who comes in after this person that you're asking about could be a Libra or have a prominent Libra placement in their natal chart. So Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Your first love oracle card is Separation, which says sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure future. So again, I don't think you're going to end up with this person. The separation here is reflected by this Nine of Pentacles, this singleness, this independence that is between you, this Queen of Cups, and the person on your mind, this Page of Pentacles. And then we have cassette, which is outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So in particular, I think that this is you kind of hyping up the idea of what this person could be because you so badly crave somewhere to devote all of this love and affection that you have for the world to something. And we get told, over and over again by media, by our family, by our friends, that romantic love is something that should be prioritized. And I think if you want romantic love, you should absolutely, be interested in it, but we can't make it the primary focus of our lives because there's so many other kinds of love. And that's actually what the pile marker that you selected, this life purpose card, is about. It's essentially that love is not necessarily something that's external to you. It's not something that's given to you. It's not something that you have to earn. It's a force that's inside of you, and you get to apply it to the things around you. You get to apply it to yourself. And so maybe removing yourself or not allowing yourself to really indulge in the fantasies or the daydreams that you have about this person, and instead thinking about maybe just generally how you would like to be treated. Maybe turning it around, instead of thinking, what if this person did this? Think, I really want someone to do this for me, but not necessarily them. This is just like the kind of relationship that I want. And I think that will also help you manifest this person who's more on an equal playing field with you, because think about all the things that you do for yourself. You wouldn't want someone who makes your life harder. You would want someone who compliments you and supports you in the same way that you are going to support yourself. So overall, my pile ones, no, I don't think you will end up together with this person, but I do see someone even better coming in for you. All right, that is it for your reading. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care. If you selected Pile 2, Manifestation, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Six of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. For your love oracle cards, we got Mirror and Date. All right, my Pile 2s, will you end up with the person on your mind? The answer is yes, definitely. So we start off your spread with this Six of Cups, and then the Eight of Cups and the Page of Swords. And I'm seeing these three cards going together. The Eight of Cups is a transitionary card, and this is walking away from something. And in particular, you're walking away from this Six of Cups. So what does that mean? I see two possibilities here for the viewers of this pile. Number one, you are someone who has been hung up on someone that you dated in the past. Maybe you miss them. Maybe you feel like you just want another chance with them. Maybe you feel like you never got closure, so you think back on that relationship a lot, or you kind of relive a lot of the memories. And that's one possibility. So there's one, like maybe half of you here were really hung up on an ex for a long time, or someone that you dated previously, or someone that you were just romantically interested in previously. The other half of you, this is things that happened to you in your past, could even be in your childhood, in past relationships that were holding you back romantically, or are holding you back romantically. Because the Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia, but with you leaving it behind here, I get the sense that this was no longer serving you. Living in these moments are really, focusing on these things that happened to you in the past. And it could even be a past relationship that was immature, kind of childish, because the Six of Cups can represent like children a lot. So there's a sense of immaturity here, but overall there's something from your past. And I do think for the most of you, this is lessons that you have kind of kept in childhood, maybe that you've repeated in past romantic relationships that have lingered with you and made you feel like you're being held back, or made you feel like you're not ready for a romantic relationship. And maybe you weren't at the time, maybe you still aren't, but I see you transitioning with this Eight of Cups, which is walking away from something that maybe served you some way in the past. So maybe really dwelling on these things that hurt you, that was a protective mechanism that did help you. It helped you feel safer, but it's no longer serving you, because you might feel safe, but now you're stagnant. You're not growing anymore because you're not taking any risk. If it was someone from your past, an ex that you missed a lot or you were really hung up on, this is no longer serving you. You realize now, I can't make the past come back. I need to move on and try to find something that will work for me, because the right person will be the right person for me. I won't have to, have to come up with some weird scenario or have some extenuating circumstance that keeps separating us. It will align how it's supposed to. And so I see you, as I said, leaving whatever this is from your past behind, transitioning with this Eight of Cups towards something more emotionally fulfilling for you. And the thing that is going to emotionally fulfill you is represented by this Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords can represent an entire new outlook, specifically when it comes to dating, when it comes to romance, and when it comes to relationships. And the Page of Swords slices through things from the past. So all of these trepidations you had because of things that happened to you in past relationships, all of these feelings that you have that kind of linger for exes, whatever the situation is is going to be completely eradicated, because I do see you coming together with this person on your mind. And actually, I'm getting for a lot of you, I know I said that this reading was for a specific person, but I'm getting that for a lot of people watching this Bible. Maybe you didn't have a specific person in mind. Maybe you're just like, well, I end up with anyone. So, because it feels not so specific to a person. It does feel like this is almost a mental journey for you. And then the person who comes in is almost secondary. So it feels like, really, yes, you could have, if you have a specific person in mind, and yes, I do see you getting with this person. But I think the person itself is kind of interchangeable. I think really this is more of like a spiritual lesson for you to be able to overcome these things that are holding you back because they are no longer serving you. And with the Four of Wands here, you are going to experience the kind of romance that you've really been dreaming of. Four of Wands, there's a lot of stability here. This is very romantic, very like chivalrous, grand gestures, a really big emphasis on courting. So someone who's willing to take their time with you. And I'm even seeing for some of you that this next person that's coming in, or the person on your mind, you could even end up marrying them, because the Four of Wands is traditionally the wedding card. And with the Nine of Cups finally at the end of your spread, the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So you end up getting what you want. You end up getting what you wish for. Things that will make you happy, the things that you've been dreaming about experiencing in romance. So definitely, I do see you overcoming these situations from the past that have been holding you back romantically, so that way you can bring in this new person who really treats you well and fulfills all of these things that you've wanted in a partner. So your first love oracle card says mirror, which says mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, and introspection. So definitely biggest takeaway from this, relationships reflect our wounds. So all of this time that you spent not being with people, not dating people, feeling like you're not making the kind of connections that you want to make, it was because you didn't have enough space for those people, because you had your protective mechanisms taking up that space. You had these wounds from your childhood, wounds from past relationships taking up the space. You had feelings for people from your past taking up the space. And so I see you, as you start to release those, also release troubles, release the high barriers of entry that you've had for relationships. And I don't mean that you're lowering your standards. I mean that I think people energetically can often feel someone's closed off and not, like, doesn't have their heart open and ready to receive if someone were to offer that. But I see you moving, transitioning. And then your second love oracle card is date, which says meeting someone new, dating, get back out there, plan, set a date. So definitely you're going to start dating the person on your mind. But like I said, I feel like for some of you, you didn't have a specific person. You just wanted to see if there was anyone. And so I do see you starting to date someone new, very cute. And with your pile marker being manifestation, this is all about how becoming more aligned with yourself, understanding yourself better, being in tune with your own spirituality and your spiritual being is going to help you manifest this kind of relationship that you want. So overall, very cute. Congratulations, my pile twos. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 3, the Divine Feminine, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Devil, the Two of Swords, the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Tower, and the Fool. For your love oracle cards, we got Self-Indulgence and Camera. Okay, my pile 3, so will you end up with the person on your mind? The answer is maybe, but you definitely will not stay with them. And the reason why I say that is we start off your spread with this Devil card. And The devil is someone who's very passionate, enticing, charismatic, someone who can easily enrapture you and draw you in. But I get this sense also that this person on your mind, despite having these very alluring qualities, these seductive qualities, these reasons why you're interested in them, also kind of have used their charm or their influence to kind of hide these less desirable parts of themselves. So, for example, this person could have addiction issues. They could be an alcoholic, they could be really into drugs, and maybe that impacts their ability to be a good partner to you. Maybe you haven't noticed it, or you've been kind of not thinking about it because it hasn't fully impacted you yet because you're not with this person yet. It could be that they are players. They could have a lot of other people that they're interested in. They could be, sliding into other people's DMs or talking to other people behind your back. And maybe you have a gut feeling that this might be happening, but you don't have any evidence. So you're kind of pushing aside that feeling that you have where you're not sure if you can completely trust this person. Others of you, unfortunately, this could even indicate abusive behaviors, like physically abusive, emotionally abusive, mentally abusive. This reminds me a lot of the classic story Bluebeard, which is basically this kind of fairy tale situation where these three sisters meet a man with a blue beard. And two of the sisters are like, that's kind of weird. There's something off about him. Like, there's something clearly not right. And then the other sister is like, well, no, he's really nice to me, though. Like, he did all these nice things for me. And so she ends up marrying Bluebeard. And then she discovers that even though he's nice to her all the time, once she discovers this kind of darker side of him, this hidden layer that he has in her house, once she unlocks that, she realizes all of these qualities that she had overlooked. And it ultimately ends up being something that is very threatening to her. And this is not an unusual situation. I feel like a lot of the times, especially for women, and I think most of my audience is primarily women, but if you're not, welcome. You're free to feel included in this. But especially women have a tendency to kind of overlook the negative qualities of our partners because we feel like we should be able to love them through it, or if we love them enough, they'll change. If we do enough for them, they'll change, they'll improve, they'll be better, they'll love us in the way that we want to be loved. And that's just not necessarily the case. And sometimes when we allow ourselves to continue down that pathway and continue making excuses for people who maybe are not good for us or are not willing to put in the work on themselves, we end up doing ourselves a disfavor. Now, this person on your mind could be a Capricorn or have a prominent Capricorn placement in their natal chart, so Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, but that is just, a suggestion for some of you. Now, with the Two of Swords next in your spread, this is why I'm getting that maybe part of you feels intuitively that you've picked up that something's maybe a little off at this person, or something doesn't feel 100% right, or even though you like them, you still second guess sometimes, but you have been kind of overlooking it or refusing to make a decision or put out a boundary regarding these qualities that you have witnessed or you feel in your gut. And with the Ace of Swords in reverse here, I'm getting that eventually something very jarring, some very shocking kind of admission of the truth will come out of this. The Ace of Swords upright is about new information coming in, but in reverse, it feels like information that was supposed to be hidden. So it feels like maybe this person was trying to hide something that they did from you, something that they thought from you, and it kind of slipped out. So for example, I can see for some of you, maybe hypothetically you do start dating this person, you find out that they are talking to other people in like a romantic or sexual way, and you find that out the hard way, and it's very jarring. But you kind of had this feeling going into it that maybe they had a wandering eye. And I'm not blaming anyone here. I don't think that anyone would like choose to be with someone if they went into it thinking, oh, this person's definitely going to treat me terribly. No one does that. You always have the hope that it's going to work out. And I think optimism in love is a really beautiful thing to have. But unfortunately, sometimes it can also be the thing that does us in. So with this new information that comes in that changes your mind about this person, like I said, it's going to be very shocking. We have the Tower here, and the Tower also represents things that were meant to come down anyway. The Tower has to come down, and it might be shocking and brutal, and it might feel like you worked on this for nothing, but the reality of the situation is the base of the Tower was never stable to begin with. So even if you feel like, oh, I invested all this time in this person, it was supposed to end anyway. This person does not need to be with you. They could never give you the foundation of what you need in a relationship. And quite frankly, you are better off without them, which is why at the end of your spread, we move into this Fool energy, which is the very first card in the tarot deck. It's all about beautiful new beginnings. It's about regaining optimism, and it's about taking a chance away from this person. So all of these feelings that you've pushed aside of maybe you're not sure about this person, all of these red flags that maybe you've ignored, you put on your rose-colored glasses and everything was, bathed in pink or whatever. I think you will be moving on from this person. You will take the lessons that you learned from dealing with this person with you, and I think you will still maintain a healthy sense of optimism when it comes to love, but maybe with a more nuanced, a more pragmatic approach to the people that you're selecting. I think you will be listening to your intuition a lot more going forward after dealing with this person. And ultimately, not being with them in the end is what's better for you. So your first love oracle card is Camera, which says reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, and make memories. So this goes with the Fool with me. This is all about learning from your experience with this person and being able to move on and carrying this information with you that you cannot set boundaries while taking care of the other person. Sometimes you have to choose yourself, and it doesn't make you selfish. Sometimes you have to draw the line and say, I won't tolerate this disrespect, even though I like you, even though I want to be with you a lot of the time. I have to do what's best for my future self. And I can't keep romanticizing the good moments, because that's not really indicative of the entire feeling of this relationship. Because I end up in situations where I feel in my gut that I don't know if I can trust this person, and I don't want to feel physically anxious because of the person that I'm dating. I want them to be someone who puts my mind at ease and not someone who makes me feel on edge. Your second love oracle card is Self-Indulgence, which says focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. So exactly, once you decide to move on from this person, set the boundary, cut the cord, and again, it's probably going to take this very kind of shocking realization that might be emotionally painful for you in order to get there. But I see you recovering beautifully with this Fool card and really being able to take the lessons that you learned from being involved with this person into your future, where you really value yourself and you make sure to let other people know that if they're not going to extend the same respect that you know you deserve, you will not stick around. And this is also all coming through in the pile marker that you selected, the Divine Feminine. And this card is really about, one, trusting your intuition. So all of these red flags that you ignored, this gut feeling that you have that maybe something's not 100% right, they're correct. You should listen to your gut more, and I think you will going forward after you have the realization about this person. And second of all, one quality that a lot of feminine people possess is being very nurturing, being very affectionate, taking care of the people around them. But sometimes we tend to overdo it and take care of other people so much to the point that we've exhausted ourselves, or we're pouring from an empty cup and we're not extending that same love to ourselves. And I think that that might be what would happen or is happening in your situation with this person, where especially with the devil, you can feel almost like chained to them, where you have to do so much to please this person and you feel like you've lost a part of yourself. And so with the Fool here, I really see you breaking free from all of these restrictions, from feeling immobile in the Two of Swords, from feeling like the truth, the things that have been unspoken are painful for you, for feeling like everything's crumbling down around you. And that's a really beautiful thing. That's a good growth, a lot of growth to be in. I said this in a meeting recently at work, that I read this article years ago, probably like 10 years ago. And in the article, the author talks about how she has a friend who kept having this reoccurring dream that a car would crash, and then when the car crashed, a bunch of pollen would like spill out of the car in an explosion. And she told her therapist about it, and she said, I keep having this dream, I don't know what it means. And the therapist kind of kept pushing her to make meaning of it. So what does that mean to you? What do you think it means? And the person who was having the dream was getting kind of frustrated, and so she just kind of blurted out, my wounds are fertile. And that really stuck with me, and it's something that I carry with me, because I do think a lot of the times the things that are painful, the relationships that are painful, the hard lessons that we have had to go through are ultimately the things that we use as a catalyst for our growth, or the things that make us more intuitive, more empathetic, more loving towards ourselves and others. And I do think that this person is a wound for you, but ultimately one that will end up being fertile. So that is it for my pile threes. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care. You selected pile 4, connection. Welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the King of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, the Lovers, the 2 of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. For your love oracle cards, we got Cupid's arrow and soulmates. All right, my pile 4. So will you end up with the person on your mind? The answer is a resounding, beautiful yes. We start off your spread with this King of Pentacles, and I believe that this represents the person that's on your mind. So they could be a Taurus or another earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, or have a prominent earth sign placement in their natal chart. So Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But more strongly, they are just exhibiting the traits of this King of Pentacles, who is patient, kind, a provider, hardworking, gentle. They don't explode. They know how to talk about their feelings when they're upset in a calm manner. They're extremely loyal. Once they decide on something, they really commit to it. And so once they decide on you, they will really strongly commit to you. And they are not someone who wavers or has kind of like dramatic outbursts. They're very calm. They're collected. They could be financially stable, so they could be wealthy or have a good career, earn a lot of money at their job. And overall, this is just someone who is your rock, is what I just heard. Someone that you can really rely on, someone dependable, someone who, if you say, I've really been craving Chinese food, they will go out and get you some. With the 10 of Pentacles here, I do see that you could actually end up dating this person or being with this person for a long time. This could even be the person that you spend the rest of your life with. The 10 of Pentacles is traditionally a card that represents generations of families, so you could have your own family with this person. You could have children with this person if that's something that you're interested in. I could also see you just adopting pets with this person, moving in with this person, like buying a house, renting a house together. And the 10 of Pentacles is complete stability. So it definitely feels like something long term. It doesn't feel like something that's a quick fling. This is definitely a situation where you and this person are investing in each other. And with the Lovers in the middle of your spread, I mean, how much more confirmation can you get? The Lovers is this beautiful, really divinely guided relationship card. And for some of you, this person could even be your soulmate if you believe in that. But overall, I'm seeing that you have such a strong connection. And I'm seeing like an image of two people like just laying next to each other and just talking for hours about their childhood, their values, what they think, their favorite movies, like really getting to know each other and just like smiling and having butterflies. My like palms are getting hot thinking about this, and it's just so cute. It's so cute. Yeah, the communication really big in this connection. I get the sense that you really value each other for your mind, for the way you think, for your levels of intelligence. And with the Two of Cups here, another relationship card. And this is like the minor arcana version of the Lovers. So again, just another confirmation that yes, you will end up with this person. And the Two of Cups is a very mutual give and take, very romantic kind of card. So not only do you have the stability, you have the long-term outlook in this relationship, but you also have all of the communication, you have the correct ways to talk to each other, and you also have the feelings, you have the passion, you have the affection towards each other. Now, with the Seven of Swords at the end of the spread, I do see that for some of you, you could be so wrapped up in this person that you two basically end up kind of falling off the face of the earth. Have you ever had a friend who they start dating someone and then you like never hear from them again? I feel like that's kind of the situation with you two. You just start spending all of your time together. So if that's something you want to avoid, you might want to, when you start dating this person, think, okay, I need to make some time to see my friends or do other stuff outside of them, because I definitely see you two being hard to reach with the Seven of Swords here. And I'm getting a select message for some of you that, especially because I do think a lot of you, this could be like your person that you spend the rest of your life with. So for some of you, I'm seeing you even eloping, like getting married secretly, or moving to an entirely new city, like away from where you currently live or where they currently live together. So it definitely feels like you are moving away from your old life because of them. Like your life is going to change a lot because of this person. Like if you were to make a timeline of your life, you could do pre them and after them, because there's just such a big shift. So for your first love oracle card, we got Cupid's arrow, which says have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, and hesitation. So you might be a little nervous because especially with the Seven of Swords here, you might feel like this person's too good to be true. Like, what's wrong with them? You might be looking for reasons to not trust them or reasons why you don't think it's going to happen. But I just think that, have faith in this person, especially this person's a king and they're the most stable king. This person is, I think when they say they like you, they really mean it. Your second love oracle card is soulmates, which says soul connection, partnership, agreement, and soul contract. So exactly what I said with the Lovers, it could actually be your soulmate, but overall you have such a deep connection with this person, your pile marker connection. You have such a strong understanding of each other, and I feel like you will feel like, oh, we're like two puzzle pieces, just, perfectly fitting in to each other and making this beautiful picture, this beautiful new life together. I just heard the Caroline Polachek lyric, desire, I want to turn into you. She has a lot of lyrics like that. Like, I want to turn into you. I want to melt into you. There's just this feeling of like losing yourself in this person, but in a positive way. Like just letting go of all your barriers and really being vulnerable and showing your soft, mushy center to each other until you feel like you really know this person inside and out and they feel the same way with you. And also I'm seeing a lot of romance in this connection. You could especially like dancing around the kitchen together when someone's making dinner, going out on dates, going on walks on the beach. Someone could be a letter writer or like a love letter writer. Someone could give the other person flowers. So yes, very cute. Definitely you will end up with this person and it'll be awesome, wonderful, beautiful. I'm a little jealous. So congratulations, my pile fours. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care.